What am I, M22, supposed to do in this situation with my GF, F23? Is this cheating? Recently, my long-distance girlfriend admitted to developing a sudden physical attraction to someone else at her college, for about 5–6 days. She spent several nights talking to him instead of me, succumbing to her temporary feelings. Our communication was reduced during those days. After about 3 days, I called her and inquired about her recent activities. She confessed to everything she had done, acknowledging that there were days when she claimed to be tired or unwell and couldn't talk to me. Instead, she chose to talk to him and she felt so guilty for the past 2–3 days and expressed immense guilt, hating herself for her actions and finding it difficult to face me during that time. We've decided to take a break so I can reflect on what happened and determine whether I want to continue the relationship. She mentioned that she dislikes herself for her behavior and needs the break to understand her actions. She admitted to cutting off all contact with the other person. My question is, what should I do in this situation? Should I give her another chance? Is it right to forgive her since she confessed from the beginning and didn't hide this for a long time? Additionally, I wonder if there's a way for me to support her, given that she's an introverted person who tends to isolate herself when facing problems. I know she won't discuss this with anyone due to fearing their negative opinions. Despite everything, I deeply love her and am willing to continue the relationship after giving some deep thoughts about this situation. This incident is only one where she did such things. Everything was fine between us before. We were open about nearly everything. It's the only one you know of. Why do so many people your age get into these long-distance relationships? This whole relationship sounds pointless. If the two of you plan to work on your relationship, then taking a break seems to me to be a bad idea. Did you two establish any ground rules while taking this break? Is she, and you, now free to engage with other people during this break? She hasn't told you everything and yes, she is cheating. Dump her ass and focus on yourself. Don't allow any chicks to distract you from being successful. In 8 years or so you will be just hitting your prime and she will be hitting the wall. She is in her prime right now, and has a lot of options. You are a fool to think she isn't exercising them. You took a break so she is now talking to him because you had to take a break. You know that she's with him right now. She already ended the relationship when she emotionally cheated with him. By breaking up you gave her the way to do it. Boyfriend, 34M, says will leave me, 31F, if I go to therapy. So my boyfriend, 34M, and I, 31F, have been together for about 3 months. In different ways he's shown immaturity, but I've mostly looked past it and keep telling myself, nobody's perfect. But yesterday I walk into my bedroom and he puts his phone to his face and says, "She's coming, I gotta call you back." Clearly he wasn't on the phone and was playing a joke about talking to another woman. But in my opinion it was extremely immature and I told him it could be considered emotional abuse. He goes on that he's a jokester and that in every other relationship he's played jokes and it was normal. I tell him that a million other women could be okay with his jokes, that doesn't mean that I have to be. He tells me fine, he'll be serious from now on and not make any more jokes. I responded by telling him I'm going back to therapy. His response to that was, the day that you go back to therapy let me know because our relationship will be over. I asked him what's the problem with therapy and if he's worried the therapist will help me to realize unhealthy things about our relationship. He says people who go to psychotherapy come out worse and that a stranger shouldn't be giving their opinion on your life or telling you what to do. I know that given the context, me saying that I am going to therapy may have sounded like a threat, but honestly I feel like I am struggling with comprising versus flat out ignoring red flags and the lines have become so blurred I need someone to help me sort things out. Should such an ultimatum be a deal breaker? Break up with him now. You'll regret this. Real men don't act like this. He doesn't want you to go to therapy because they will help you realize what an asshole your boyfriend is. That should be enough to tell you to break up and go to therapy. If you're going to therapy about your relationship after 3 months, end the relationship and go to therapy anyway. Hopefully your next partner will see it as taking care of yourself just like this guy should've. Do yourself a favor and end it immediately. He doesn't have your best interest in mind. And all this shit 3 months in? The dump and block is all this dude deserves. You've only known this guy for 3 months. Cut your losses. What should I, 25 male, do about my coworker, 31 male, having a crush on my 25 female girlfriend? My girlfriend, 25 female, and I work together. We've been together for 5 years and everyone at work knows this. However, one of my coworkers has become very friendly towards her. A mutual friend asked said coworker if he liked anyone at work, and he said it was complicated and eventually said he liked my girlfriend. So I'm the complication for him. I don't really feel jealous about him, but it does make me feel uncomfortable. He's also said very inappropriate things to my girlfriend, such as, "Can I measure my member in your hands? You're being my girlfriend." She obviously said no, but it all just makes me uncomfortable. Like, my girlfriend obviously has no interest in him, but that hasn't stopped her semi-entertaining it. IDK what to do as we all work together and I don't want to make it awkward. I have spoken to my girlfriend about it and how I feel uncomfortable with him around her, and to my knowledge she has stopped entertaining it to a degree. Not to an extent I'd be happy with, but I don't want to be controlling. Any advice? TDLR. My coworker has a crush on my girlfriend and IDK how to deal with it. What do you mean by her entertaining it? She flirts back? Until your girlfriend nips this, he will not stop. It is on her to draw the boundary, and if she won't, it's because she's enjoying the attention. This is an issue with your girlfriend, not your coworker. I would have a serious talk with her and maybe try to point out how she might feel if she had to experience you flirting with another girl. This isn't a control thing on your part, she's being inappropriate and disrespectful. He's also said very inappropriate things to my girlfriend, such as, "Can I measure my member in your hands? You're being my girlfriend." She should be reporting this person to HR, management. This is completely unacceptable in the workplace. Neither of you should have to put up with this. What kind of pushback is she giving this person other than saying number? Because being in a committed relationship isn't stopping him time to tell him what's up. Bring his behavior up to our. Just a note: it took me 2 years to report someone who was harassing me. I hated it and dreaded work, but I entertained it because I was scared of retribution. Just support her as best you can as she reports it. It's scary, but she's gotta report each awful incident and hopefully they'll eventually take action. My 25M girlfriend, 23F, won't let me go down on her. This is probably a bit of a weird one, guys, but I kinda need some advice. I've been seeing my girlfriend for about 5 months and it's going okay and the sex life is good too, but there's one small problem. She won't let me go down on her. It's been like this from the beginning and it's kinda bothering me because it's literally my favorite sexual thing to do. I've asked her why multiple times and she says it's just a texture thing and she doesn't like when it's too wet, but she naturally gets wet anyway and that doesn't seem to be an issue. She hasn't even let me put my tongue anywhere near her pussy. I have asked if it's an insecurity thing or if she thinks she smells or tastes bad or anything, because that really wouldn't be a problem for me, but she says she just doesn't want me to do it. I know it seems weird, but I've kinda been thinking about leaving her because of it, but would that make me the bad person? None of my other partners before ever had a problem with it, so I just don't understand. What's your advice? I know it's hard to believe, but some men and women just don't enjoy oral. You should respect that. Some just don't like it. My ex-wife didn't. If she doesn't like it, she doesn't like it. If it's something you truly enjoy and it's affecting your sexual pleasure to not have a partner who's into it, it's fair to break up over it, as sexual compatibility is important long term. And trust me, plenty of women would be very happy to find a man who genuinely enjoys giving oral. Some don't like it. Or maybe you doing it weirdly. Some guys really have weird ideas on what should happen down there. Some people don't like oral sex. Reasons vary. Just remember that sex is to be enjoyed by both parties. If your partner doesn't enjoy an act, don't try to push her into it.